What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV. Welcome back to the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Now kick back, relax, and come take a ride with me. Caitlyn Clark continues to light up defenses across the nation with another 30-plus point performance, leading Iowa to another big dub, and if she keeps this pace up, she's just 2 games away from becoming the all-time leading scorer in college women's basketball history, surpassing Kelsey Plum. But we also got to talk about Michael Porter Jr., the wing for the Denver Nuggets, WNBA champion, recently made some remarks on a podcast that have people a little heated, and he's catching some backlash. But we'll see why. We'll dive into it. But before we get into all of that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest, and join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it.
You are now locked into the Live with Brandon Blakeney podcast. Here is your host, Brandon Blakeney.
Denver Nuggets wing Michael Porter Jr. recently appeared on a podcast earlier this week, and, he was talking about an array of subjects dealing with sports and some other things, and he spoke about basically the WNBA and how the stars are unknown, and the reason they don't get paid the same is because as many people don't watch them. Basically, he compared them to being known as the best, being the best at your sport. Sometimes some are more popular. So he basically compared the WNBA to ping pong, and it gets interesting from there. So let's take a listen.
And they're very talented, but so is a famous ping pong player. They're just as talented as the best ping pong player is just as talented as the best basketball player. That doesn't mean they're going to get paid the same because
they play ping pong.
It's what the people want to watch. You know what I mean? So, as much as I understand females wanting the same treatment as men basketball players, it's a different sport. They're not packing out the arenas. Obviously, their TV deals aren't the same. So, as much as I advocate for women and kind of the equality of the respect of their craft and all those things, I mean, you can't pay them the same thing, but I do feel like there should be a little way to make a little bit more money for them because they are very talented.
As you can imagine, people were not thrilled with these comments, and there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of banter on X. Of course, you're going to have the WNBA trolls who, nobody cares, yada, 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 nobody watches, they shouldn't get paid, this and that. Meanwhile, they're breaking records as far as attendance, viewership, getting new TV deals. You got superstars like Aja Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, just Breanna Stewart, notable players, Candace Parker, that are household names, that are literally celebrities that are carrying the league right now. We're just seeing the expansion. They're a lot far ahead of the NBA within the NBA's first 25 years. The WNBA is killing them right now in all aspects. This league is still very young, and they're still growing, obviously, and deservingly. But it's a great product, and it's good basketball. And, of course, you want to see a dunk on the fast break, but guys like Trae Young and Steph Curry are not dunking. And I would pretty much assume that majority of basketball fans would say those two players are two of the most exciting players to watch. And we're seeing the WNBA, we're seeing it in college where more dunks are happening. The athletes are coming in more athletic than ever. The skill level is superb. We're just seeing an influx of talent continuing to be pumped into the WNBA to the point where we're demanding for expansion. We need more teams because this first round draft picks out here getting cut like Sunday coupons. I mean, it is tough to make a roster in the WNBA right now, and a lot of talented players are having to go overseas. Now, we're seeing the contracts continue to grow. The highest paid players making anywhere from $500,000 to $500,000 to $1 million salary. And then these players are getting all types of endorsements too, and some playing overseas, playing basketball year-round, making millions overseas as well. So, I mean, money ain't an issue really for some of these players. Others are making less. And I mean that's with any sport, but compared to the NBA, where dudes is getting half a billy basically, 200, 300, 400 million dollar type deals, and potentially, that's gonna keep growing. Yes, there's more advertisement. Yes, it's a bigger league, but to compare them to like a ping pong champion, something that you would see on ESPN, the Ocho, that was disrespectful, bro. Come on, MPJ. That was disrespectful. And we've seen so many NBA players come out and start supporting the WNBA, supporting their counterparts, bringing, if they have daughters or kids, they're bringing their daughters to the game and getting them exposed to just a great environment and some great basketball. We're seeing more support for the WNBA from celebrities and NBA players alike, than we've ever have. The league is growing. It is a good product. And it's time we start giving these women and these players the respect that they deserve for leaving it all on the court and just producing a great product and drawing fans in and giving, players that have aspirations of playing in the W, giving them a league where they can go and express themselves and get busy. You know what I'm saying? But the comments, I was just like, whoa, bro, I can't believe he just said that. Like, I get what he was saying, but the analogy, it was kind of bad. Because, I mean, people know who Asia Wilson is. People know who Candace Parker is. People know who Maya Moore is, formerly in the WNBA. Like, people know these names. They know these faces. You know what I'm saying? You're not just going to have 6'8", 6'7", Breonna Stewart walking past you and not know who she is for the most part. Like, you going to at least know she hoop. So, yeah, bad comparison, bad choice of words in my opinion. But, we ain't got to behead the man. Like, I get it. He's just, sharing his thoughts, his beliefs. But, yeah, we want to keep seeing that support. Speaking of WNBA and influxes of talent, though, Caitlyn Clark projected to be the number one pick if she leaves, going to the Indiana Fever, and she continues to light the college basketball world up on fire, just being the most productive and dynamic and biggest draw in college basketball, men's or women. I mean, it don't matter if it's a road game. She's signing autographs. Stadiums are packed out. Everybody wants tickets to the Caitlyn Clark show. And rightfully so, man, because she got busy once again and led Iowa to another win. Iowa beat Maryland 93-85 to move to 21-2 on the season, and honestly, they came out firing. This was a really good offensive showing for them. I mean, you look at it, and they scored 20-plus points in every quarter and held Maryland to under 20 points in 3 out of the 4 quarters. So just seeing that they are showing more balance. Of course, Caitlyn Clark is leading the way, 38 points. 12 assists, though. We got to talk about the assists. 6 rebounds. She does it all. She continues to be incredible. I believe she's 66 points away from breaking Kelsey Plum's record for the all-time leading scorer in women's college basketball history. She comes out with another 38-piece finger-licking. And she's just incredible. She just continues to do what she does, and she continues to just be electrifying and make big shots. She's a tough guard, man. You talk about just as soon as she crosses half court, you have to be aware of where she's at all times. She's letting it fly. She's a better finisher at the cup than she gets credit for. And 12 assists. She's finding the shooters. Shout out Molly Davis, who continues to have an incredible season this year. She's just making strides. 17 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. You need those shooters to be making shots, and Kate Martin does that as well. 15 points and 10 boards for the guard. Crashing the glass, man. I love to see that. They rebounded as a team, man. You look at Sydney Afalter, 6 boards. Addison O'Grady, 7 boards. Hannah Stolke still doing her thing. 8 rebounds, 9 points for her being that anchor down low. I just love what I'm seeing, though. If they're making shots like this, they're going to be tough to beat. They moved to 12-2 or 21-2 on the year and keep this win streak going. Man, Coach Lisa Blutter has this team firing on all cylinders. They are rolling through the Big Ten. Since losing to Ohio State, Iowa has won 3 straight, and they are smoking teams. 2 out of their last 3 wins have been on the road. 2 of them were double-digit blowouts. Then they go on the road and beat a scrappy Maryland team. And just looking at the outlook on the Big Ten, man. Their next big game is February 22nd. We're looking ahead to Indiana. They got Nebraska again, who they beat handedly. They got Penn State next, Michigan as well. But it seems like Indiana, Ohio State, and Iowa. And they got another matchup with Ohio State to end the season. But these 3 teams are the ones that you're really watching in the Big Ten to really take this conference and give Caitlyn Clark a run. But seeing just the run that she's on, man, looking at it, since losing to Ohio State, Iowa has won 3 straight, and they are smoking teams. 2 out of their last 3 wins have been on the road. 2 of them were double-digit blowouts. Then they go on the road and beat a scrappy Maryland team. And just looking at the outlook on the Big Ten, man. Their next big game is February 22nd. We're looking ahead to Indiana. They got Nebraska again, who they beat handedly. They got Penn State next, Michigan as well. But it seems like Indiana, Ohio State, and Iowa. And they got another matchup with Ohio State to end the season. But these 3 teams are the ones that you're really watching in the Big Ten to really take this conference and give Caitlyn Clark a run. But seeing just the run that she's on, man, looking at it, she could break that all-time record in the next 2 games. So we're looking at it, and she could potentially break it on the road against Nebraska. If not, then she will definitely, I would bet, break it against Michigan at home on February 15th. So that'll be interesting, man, if she can break it at home in front of that home crowd. But I guarantee you there will be plenty of Iowa Hawkeye fans in that game against Nebraska, man. I'm telling you right now, if she is to break the record there. But she just continues to be sensational, continues to have a spectacular season. Don't know if it will be her last, but if it is, she is leaving out with a bang. And really, all she's got left to prove is getting that national championship. But you got to respect how Clark has done it consistently, and she hasn't transferred. She stayed home and put a program on the map that was dear to her heart. She's averaging 32.4 points per game, 7 rebounds, almost 8 assists, and shooting over 48% from the field. We can't forget she put 45 on Ohio State as well, 38 on Nebraska, 35 on Northwestern, 38 on Maryland. Oh my goodness, 32 on Wisconsin. Like, it's just been a bucket fest so far, man. And you just talk about she's averaging career highs in just about every stat, like scoring the basketball wise, field goal percentage wise, 3-point percentage wise, like free throws. Like, she's just having a heck of a year this year. And, hey, man, Iowa can go as far as Caitlyn Clark can take her, especially if they have these other supporting cast, these other players stepping up in that backcourt, making shots. We're seeing a lot for them. We're seeing a lot. We're seeing her counterparts make their open looks because we know Caitlyn Clark is going to draw that attention. She's going to draw the double teams and the triple teams. So if these guards can make shots, if these bigs can catch the ball and finish, hey, they can continue to play defense and just, buy in as a team. I think this Iowa team will be right in the thick of things, competing for a national championship. But y'all holler at your boy. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about the situation, man, because Caitlyn Clark is breaking records. Is she going to finish her college career as the GOAT? Y'all let me know. Holler at your boy. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, hey, we out.